What's going on, guys? Happy here from the New York Subliners, and I'll be going over the best loadouts to run in Call of Duty Warzone. And the easiest way to break down the loadout system is by dividing your classes into 3 different sets or 3 different categories, which include your Overkill Loadouts, your Ghost Loadouts, and your Redeploy Loadouts. The first category of loadouts I'll be going over are your Overkill classes. I personally like to always choose an Overkill loadout as my first class every game that I play. Having a good gun for both long range and close range will help you play more aggressive and get more kills. I like to personally always have an MP5 as my secondary gun on all of my Overkill classes. As far as primary weapons for my Overkill classes, I like to run the Bruen, the Kilo, and sometimes the FAL. The Bruen being my most favorite gun to use right now in Warzone. I like to personally use the monolithic suppressor, the XRK summit barrel, tac laser, 3-time optic, the VOK 3-time optic, and a 60 round mag. This is basically the best attachments right now for the Bruen in Warzone, and I highly recommend unlocking this gun. Keep in mind, you have to complete a challenge to unlock this gun using an LMG. In 15 different games, getting 3 kills per game with an enemy near smoke, you will unlock the Bruen. And I highly recommend you guys grind for this Bruen because it's worth it 1000%, and it's the most fun gun to use in Warzone right now. If you guys do not have the Bruen unlocked, do not sleep on the Kilo. This gun has more mobility and less recoil compared to the Bruen, so it might be easier for you to use. The attachments that I like to run the Kilo are the monolithic suppressor, the Singard Arms Prowler barrel, the VOK 3-time optic, commando foregrip, and 60 round mag. I think this class right here is actually the most underrated gun in the game right now, so try to give this a go and see what you think. The FAL has become a very popular gun in Warzone due to the recent buff, increasing the headshot multiplier, giving it a chance to actually one-shot in the head. And here are my attachments that I like to run them on the FAL. Monolithic suppressor, XRK marksman barrel, tac laser, commando foregrip, and the sight that I like to personally use is the canted hybrid because I have 4 times optic and a red dot, so I get the best of both worlds. I think these are really good attachments to run the FAL. Don't be afraid to use this gun if you guys have a really good trigger finger. Even if you don't, you still might be able to get that headshot. The second category of loadouts I'll be going over are your Ghost classes. Basically, these are the classes that will set you guys up for your mid-game to late-game scenarios. In other words, having Ghosts, you guys won't pop up on UAVs. So in a perfect game, your first loadout will be your Overkill class, and as the game gives you your first free loadout at 13 seconds when the first storm closes, that's when you're going to want to switch into your Ghost class, setting you guys up to have a great game. The third and final category of loadouts I'll be going over are your Redeploy classes. In my opinion, this is the most important class to have in all of Warzone. However, a lot of players who still play the game either don't know about it or choose not to use it. Basically, when you spawn in off the gulag or your teammate buys you back and you choose a loadout, you will spawn in with full ammo instead of 1 clip. And all you have to do is sacrifice 1 attachment. In this case, I took off my commando grip and I put on the perk called Fully Loaded, which starts you off with a full magazine reserve instead of 1 clip. So as you guys can imagine, spawning in late game with a full magazine will always come in handy, and you know when you have to use it. So I highly recommend having this class, aka the most underrated class in the game. You should call your Redeploy class. I'm Happy from the New York Subliners, and I hope you guys enjoyed my loadout video for Warzone.